Hello and welcome to the last episode in the series on Sunset Rider. Today we're going to be finishing off the beach and all the other little bits and pieces that might need doing. You will notice that I'd actually put in the wave behind. I videoed it, I don't know where it went, but basically I didn't do anything else to the wave other than add the surf on the top. And what I've done with that is, if you recall when we did the surf at the front, I literally took some of the white with a touch of yellow, scoofed it up a bit and laid it across the top. All I wanted to do was make sure that there was some wave shape at the very top of the wave and then bring some of it down over the edge. I would suggest later on, if I haven't done it, I can't remember at the moment, that you then go in with some very dark blue just around the edges of the wave itself, and emphasize the waves that will bring out the lighter colour. It's really going to be like the shadow under the wave, the shadow that's being cast by the wave curling over. And here what you can see me doing is laying in some much lighter colour, so this is where the light from the sun is going to catch the wet bits on the beach. So I'm going in with some yellows and things to bring it bright up. Up in this corner I'm now going in with some blue, some dark blue, very fine again, because I want to shade that down again, because if the wave's coming in and out it would leave dark patches on the sand. It wouldn't be a bright orange sand. You can also see how over time the beach seems to have got flatter and flatter. As I mentioned in the previous video, very slowly it seemed to go down a lot, but I do like it now. I'm still shading in some more of the blue here. This is how I do my paintings. It's very fine layers on top of each other, because I do think it makes a difference. I don't really like it when you have big blobs of colour. But that, of course, is just my thing. There's lots of different ways to do it, and none of them are right or wrong. Gradually I'm making this area lighter and lighter to give the effect of the sunlight on it. It takes a lot of building up, but very fine. Just keep putting little layers on until you get it where you're happy with it. The other thing to think about is don't have straight lines. What I do here is I'm blending some of the light into some of the darks, because if you think about it, you very rarely ever get a straight line on a shadow on a beach like this. It would weave in and out of the shade like this. So try and make sure you've got it going sort of in and out of bits. That's my technical term. Going with the darker bits every so often to go over the pale yellow, again just to break it up a bit. It's doing the little details and taking your time that does make a difference to a picture. They're not something you can rush. Even though I know that the very edges of this picture will be covered up, I like to make sure I felt my picture right up to the very edges. That way it doesn't look odd when you put a picture frame on it. And if I've decided not to have a picture frame or back it some other way, it's got all the felting right up to the edge and it looks better. I'm actually going in with just a touch of white now, just to lift it a little bit further, but I'm being very, very gentle with this because I don't want it to look white. I'm just really trying to brighten it up just a little bit more. Yep, I'm layering it even more, and although from this distance you can't really see, you can see a lot of the colours coming through from underneath. You have to remember as well that pictures usually are viewed from a distance of about 6 feet if you're putting them on the wall, so no one's going to see up close what's done. But it does make a difference even from a distance, although you can't see exactly why. And now I'm throwing some pebbles on the beach, and these can go anywhere you like, obviously, any size, doesn't really matter, just put them wherever you please. And I'm starting off with a dark brown. I don't really use black because I find black is too stark, so if I'm going to use a black I mix it in with something, which I do for some of the shadows on this rock. I always like to have a few rocks and boulders in the sea because it gives you an opportunity, if you want to have some of the waves splash up around them. These do get changed quite a bit as we go along as well. I just couldn't quite make my mind up how I wanted them to go. Now I'm adding a lighter colour just to start to bring the rocks to life, to give them a bit of texture. And I'm actually using the colour I was talking about in my, I think it was video 2, that I really like. That gets used for everything. But again, it goes on very, very thinly. It's a sort of beigey brown, I think, really. But I'm just putting this where the light will catch the rocks. And you don't have to be too clever about it either, because if you put it on thinly enough, it will start to give you the texture, and it'll start to give you little ridges and little dents in it. Then I'm going in with a bit of the yellowy colour, still the pale bit, nearer the edge of the rock, because obviously again that's where the light would catch it. It'll be wet from the water coming over it, so it would catch and reflect the light much more. But again, delicate as always, not too much. Then you just need to repeat this process on all the other rocks on the beach. Not forgetting eventually, obviously, to put a bit of a shadow in behind them, so that's where the sun would cast a shadow. Make sure it's in the right direction. Give it a moment's thought before you put your shadow down. It's the shadows that anchor these rocks to the ground, otherwise they could just as easily be floating. I'm a great fiddler on my paintings. I'll keep going backwards and forwards and changing bits and adding touch-ups here and there. And even after I've finished the painting, I tend to hang it up on a wall or put it in a frame, put it somewhere so I can look at it. And I have it like that for a couple of weeks. And I make little notes about what I might like to go and change about them. And then I take it back down and give it a change. And then I put it away, or I sell it, or I put it back up on the wall and leave it alone. If not, you could fiddle forever, and at some point you have to call the picture done. Well, that's the end of this journey on this picture. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learned something. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. It will really help my little channel grow, and it's very, very much appreciated. And I look forward to seeing you on the next videos that I make. This picture now is the final picture after I've fiddled with it. So if you pause it, you'll be able to have a look and see what I actually did extra to it. Thank you very much and bye for now.